We're back. We've got a maestro duo to set us off today. We've got Wenger versus Raisy, big matchup. This is upper semi-finals.
Semi-final, yeah.
What we think all about the picks then to start with? Let's go with the picks to start with.
Well, now we're changing format to BO5, so
Yes.
this is the time when it matters. And what I'm really surprised is that Raisy. Okay, let me quickly see. Raisy banned either Veil or Corrupted Keep, and his worst map till now was DM6. And he kinda catched up during this season offline, and he started to pick more DM6.
Okay. What is
And
DM6 sorry from a noob's perspective? DM6 is
Blood Covenant, the first one.
Blood Covenant. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he kind of started to pick it on his own, and he catched up with the level. And we've seen he played yesterday, I think, against Zenaku on when we spoke about the ideas of what to do with the format of Quake. But I actually keep an eye on that match, and he played extremely good on this Visor Nyx matchup.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So I think. Interestingly, yesterday we saw Wenger nearly lose to Strong Sage.
Yeah.
Which was a brilliant match. That is, if you haven't seen that match, go watch it. But actually, then Strong Stage lost in the lower bracket.
He did, but
yeah,
I don't. Yeah, I know. I don't take it to my mind because I think Strong Stage style is very, very bad for Wenger.
Yeah.
And I think Raisy gonna suit him better.
Okay.
Because I think, and this is what I told Marco before the tournament, I think you can win this tournament, but in my opinion, you need to apply a little more pressure when you really have to, because Marco makes a lot of good decisions. He barely makes mistakes, but in certain moments he just needs to apply a little bit more pressure. That was his issue when he played serious on.
And Strong Sage was just constant pressure.
Yeah,
so it's kind of take advantage of those. Yeah, interesting.
And he didn't really want to risk. And Raisy gonna play a bit slower and a bit more collected. This is 50-50 matchup. Wenger, I think if Wenger had a chance, he will go next here because he thinks it's like the best champion overall on this map. But he also used to play Athena here, and I think it's 50-50 matchup. It's no one get outpicked or anything.
Actually, really excited just to watch a crap ton of Quake again. I'm really enjoying it the last 2 days.
Yeah. Also, what we were speaking about with Wang before this tournament, he also asked for a few advice because last year, his problem was he had a lot of energy on the first day. And then he said that after first day, when he got to the final day, he couldn't fall asleep. So he was either nervous or he just was too excited. And he was extremely tired on the last day, last QuakeCon, and that's what prevented him from performing his best.
Yeah.
And as soon as he arrived here, I told him to not sleep at the plane because the jet lag, I feel the jet lag to US is not hitting you as hard as the other way around, when you go into Europe. So if you just survive the flight and you not sleep, then you're going to sleep very early and you are set.
Yeah.
And he said that he feels great and he feels good, so I hope he feels good today as well.
Awesome.
Nice rail. He had to stop him here because, Raisy has a full control at the moment. And he got a mega as well. He could even use this in aggressive way to make some trap. That's a great rocket as well. Yeah. It's nice by those little moves, you can clearly see that Wenger feeling comfortable, so it might be a good match. And he swapped the control extremely easy. Basically with good mechanical skills. Now Raisy is on the back foot, and the thing with Nyx is you can always be safe with this. That's a perfect scenario for Raisy. He cannot. That's the thing what I'm talking about. I think Wenger should keep applying pressure. Now he got hit, he could have tried to hit him because Raisy was in uncomfortable position. He had to make sure to not get railed after picking up the mega because it would reduce his health a lot. And that other rail later on open up the game for him, and now he's in the control. That's the thing with Quake Champions compared to Quake Live. One rail like this is basically swapping control. See?
Yeah.
One rail, one rocket is swapping control. There was never such situation in previous Quakes because you are 200. You actually had to hit 2-3 direct rockets to swap control. That's why it was so back and forth. One guy was making 4, 5, 6 frags.
Yeah.
The other guy was making 4, 5, 6 frags.
That's good though. I feel that's nice that you can just
Yeah.
a person can't be out of the game and they can actually swap control.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice.
And I think nowadays it's more interesting for people to watch when the scores are more slow.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, more chess style, more like, you know, and previously it was very high frag games and, you know, it was like extreme.
Yeah, we've got FaZe coming in as well, so we've got third man to the party.
Did you just start?
Yeah, just started, yeah. Haven't missed a frag yet. It's been a lot of railing and a lot of rockets.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah, good.
Perfect.
Perfect. In a car accident.
Sorry?
Almost got in a car accident.
Yeah.
I was on a roundabout in the middle of the roundabout, and a lady decided not to look right, and she pulled up in front of me. So it was like this close to hitting the back of a car.
Perfect. Yeah.
Did you use a lot of horn?
Huh?
Did you use a lot of horn?
No, there was no time. I had to put the pedal down.
What a rocket.
Yeah. That's game changing rockets. Like
Yeah.
the control swaps from one to another.
Who's got the most control over the map so far?
I think Raisy a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as I said, like those guys like vengeurR, Raisy, they're super good on LAN. Like you barely see people like nowadays on LAN who really play very aggressive because it really doesn't pay off that much. That's why I would really like to see maybe Rafa winning because it will prove that this style still can work. But basically only Rafa nowadays can pull off this style, like no one else. Like you really need to play more like Kilson style, vengeurR style, Raisy style. This is what pay off on LAN.
Yeah.
Because others also do that and they don't want to risk. And
We'll see. I said Rafa looked like some of the best yesterday.
yeah.
You look the most calm as well.
Yeah. Who's he got today? So he's got Kilson, yeah.
Kills.
Yeah.
That match I think could be quite telling. Like
I can't wait for this match. Honestly.
if Rafa like destroys Kilson,
Yeah.
then it's like I feel like everyone's going to switch to thinking
Yeah.
Rafa's going to win it.
Yeah.
But
I can't wait for this match, honestly. Do you like my new merch?
It's nice. I like the teal color.
Yeah.
It's one of my
keeps
favorite
raiding
colors.
our merch covered, yeah.
I think, yeah, I think if you guys predict well, like the top 12, you basically win in the same
I'm not
t-shirt
sure
for the
it's
second
that.
prize.
I'm not sure it's that t-shirt.
Or
We've
we
got
can
one-
switch to that one.
It might be that one. It might be
Yeah.
that one. There's
Yeah.
one. It might be like blue and I can't remember if it's blue or green. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think the one that you were showing was like a half blue, half white.
Yeah, it was two colors. It was
half blue,
two
half
tones.
white. Yeah.
I just gave, for example, because like we
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
really have as much time to pick.
I don't even know what kind of sizes we've got, so it might be a case if you get just a t-shirt, but which is some kind of endpoint t-shirt.
I've checked the hoodies and like the hoodie
quite
is
a lot,
extremely
isn't it?
good and there's a lot of sizes. So
Question: are you wearing extra small, small?
XXX small,
You got small, I think, haven't you?
not small.
Yeah, small.
I'm going vengeurR school. Yeah.
I'll be honest. I think the white jersey's nicer.
White jersey.
The one they've got
I
on, like.
prefer
yeah.
white jersey than
Yeah.
the black one.
I
I,
think-
mean, the
I
black
think
one
it's
is
nice.
okay. I don't
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the black and red.
I like
Yeah.
them both actually.
I think it's a little less tight on Wenger as well.
Actually, fun fact, I think they didn't really change their jerseys for like last 5 years or something.
There was a
Yeah.
slight design
Yeah?
change, yeah. Not
Okay.
not big, but there was small because they have to update jerseys when they change the sponsors every year anyway.
And you said you're changing it every year basically.
Every
right?
year, but we're always late. Yeah.
Okay. But you based it on some kind of CS season or just a year, like every year you change?
We've got our 2023 jersey out
Okay.
now. Yeah, and the design changes each year. Yeah, like often we put it on. So we have one of our sponsors is Socios. So the last 2 years they're like a fan token like kind of thing.
Okay.
So last 2 years we've had it so you can vote on what our design is, and we've put up 3 or 4 designs each
I've seen
time.
that, yeah.
And,
Also, whenever your sponsorship's changing, right, or you're getting new sponsors.
yeah,
or
but that wouldn't
when
really
you're
necessarily change the design because it's like
But you're just adding the
you just add the logo
Yeah.
and yeah,
Okay.
the actual like jersey looks the same. It was the same.
Do you have like primary sponsors? That
Primary.
are primary sponsors that you have to put like somewhere specifically on the
Yeah,
jersey?
I mean, we CEX gets like the best spot.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's like if you're watching game when Av3k plays, it's like NCX or
Yeah.
NDAVIC CX. Yeah. Like our main sponsor, yeah. So we have like WeBuy.com across the front, or they might have their logo kind of like in prime position.
Okay.
But some sponsors prefer like a shoulder, some sponsors prefer like an arm,
Yeah.
some sponsors prefer the back. Yeah. Yeah, essentially. Some don't care, so yeah.
I'm curious if he can make a comeback now, like Bank.
Yeah. But yeah, just last thing on jerseys, like then back to Quake. Everyone thinks jerseys would be really easy, and why don't you change them often? It's the biggest fucking pain in the arse to do jersey designs, and then also and not have a crap. And then also the manufacturing side is fucking awful.
I know.
Like, and they're always like long time timescales. We've actually finally found like a really good provider, like just now, in this last season, where we get them. If you order it, you'll probably get it within like, well, it comes to us within like a week or two normally. It's good.
It's an English manufacturer
in Sheffield as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So we can go pick it up and everything. It's
That's
fucking
sweet.
perfect.
and it would be so cool to like expand locally and like get like more like companies involved. Like,
Yeah.
I think
There's a lot of good like manufacturing, like even like t-shirts off in Sheffield as well. It's good. Yeah.
And as we spoke, like the one hoodie which you got for first place compared to the previous one, I think is extremely good quality. The black one.
It's very
It
soft.
feels like very soft and like it's.
Yeah.
I don't know what is the material. If you add like more like, because the previous one, the more cotton it has, it's more like thick sometimes, and it's hard to
I think that one's
it's
like,
not
yeah, I can't remember which
flexible.
one that one is. It might be 80-20 or something. But,
Although you do want to wash it before you wear any white t-shirt. Because
Yeah.
I was wearing the white
Oh,
t-shirt.
is it got
it
black
was
and then
just
black on?
black,
Yeah.
It is not like permanent at all. It
Yeah, it's
goes
just fluff,
off.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
fluff.
Anyway,
That's
so,
the issue of like majority of hoodies.
Yeah.
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 I've noticed that with like high quality hoodies. Because when you get a high quality hoodie, they always leave those little cotton marks.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's good.
Yeah. Although I don't really like 100% cotton. It's like just too thick and too like you feel like with armor. Yeah, as I told before, like the M6 was always weakest map of Raisy, and he somehow picked it up during this season. So I'm surprised he's doing so well.
So
on that
why
map.
is it called DM6? Is that like an old Quake? It was
Yeah.
called
It was
DM6 and they've now changed
it.
it.
Pro Q3 DM6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it had different variations
Yeah.
because the map kept them. The layout wasn't changing. It was mostly you had different versions for team modes, different versions for duels,
Yeah.
and just different layout of items on the map.
It was at some point it was called as well like campgrounds
Campgrounds,
in Quick Life, I think.
yeah.
It's weird they changed
And
it.
then now it's both going on. Default.
I'll be very honest with you. I was fed about that a couple of times, how they could have done it. Obviously, the community doesn't have access to the assets in terms of meshes and whatnot. But what they do have, what the community can get is access to Maya and Blender, and they can literally map out the maps and then submit it to Syncera. And then the community can then vote. You can put the maps into the game, and they can vote for which one they like the most, and then they can do the art for it, and that would work because everybody can access Maya, everybody can access Blender.
Yeah. It just.
So as long as it's just a block layout, but a layout nonetheless. There you go. That's half of the job done.
On to this match at this map here. What's the matchups like?
Again, 50-50.
Yeah.
I really like that they don't really get outpicked any one of them. It just Raisy really look good, like really looks on point. This is what I also said before. If Raisy can go through this, somehow can go through Marco,
Yeah.
I think he has really high
I think
chance of winning.
this is what I was saying yesterday. That I was saying like everyone seems to have forgotten about Raisy. It's like
Yeah.
he comes second in a lot of events.
Yeah. Exactly what I said in predictions. I really feel if he goes through this, it's like his highest chance of winning tournament now.
I would agree. I just worry that he's going to carry on making the same mistake of not really thinking through the champion picks very well. Because there are, you can see throughout the tournaments that there are times where he could deny or even just ban certain champion picks so that he's not left with the bad ones at the end of the best of 5. I think that's one of the biggest problems that he has. And then he's left with a champion that he might not feel extremely comfortable with.
Yeah, I mean, he was always a bit weird with champions, but some of them actually worked for him. Like he invented a lot of champions.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Like Slash on this map, he started to play it, and like if somebody would ask you that a year and a half ago, you will say it's extremely bad pick.
Yeah.
But then he came out with it and he was winning every single matchup to the point that they started to ban slash on deep against him. That mistake with Kilson last year, obviously it was only on one map. It can happen in BO7, but that's why he also should try to this time go through the winner bracket because he's always going through the loser bracket, and that also forces a bit of mistakes on your picks.
Has he ever gotten in a grand final
No,
in the upper bracket?
I don't think so.
So that could be a massive change then.
Yeah, that's why I think if he manages to go through winner bracket, he's my high potential winner.
Because he beat Rafa last year. Right?
Yeah.
In was it lower or upper?
I don't remember.
But he definitely did beat Rafa.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of the big things for him to overcome as well, beating Rafa online in such fashion.
Yeah.
But like he's almost there.
I think he won against him in loser bracket, not even in loser bracket final, but like semis or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even higher stakes, you could say. Way higher stakes when he did it.
Okay, so my conclusion from those two maps is it looks exactly the same scenario what was happening on DM6. They are playing very accurate and steady and very not really risking. I think vengeurR needs to speed the game up a little bit to be able to catch up to Raisy. Because the problem with playing so safe and not willing to make a risk is like you are very easy to read. Like it's extremely easy for Raisy to predict what's gonna happen. There is no, if you change in the tempo of the game, so not necessarily going strong siege mode where you're going like extremely aggressive all the time, because that's also easy readable because then you are getting used to the tempo. But like switching the tempo, like what Cypher is doing a lot, like switching the tempo, like from time to time, it's like creating confusion in opponent. So this is what I want to see from Marco, and he can speed up the game a bit.
Do you feel like it seems like he's respecting Raisy too much?
Yeah, it feels like Marco's style is like he's respecting everyone, and you can also see this in his personality. He's a very like humble guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's his style, and he learned it from Kilson, and it's just like their style is a little bit different. Like it might work for Kilson a bit more. I think Vent needs to change the tempo sometimes a bit. It works in every sport. It's like, you know, if you have certain tempo in the game, you're making your like opponent feel like kind of sleepy or in the in the certain mood, and then you're like speeding things up, and it's like they cannot really properly react.
It's like boxing.
Yeah, like everything. Like even in football, it's same. Like
is that being able to change gears in the right moments?
Yeah. Because sometimes, let's say, sometimes you got like this World Championship in football, right? And one team is losing 4-0, and then as soon as they have nothing to lose, last 10 minutes, they start to push, and then making it 4-3 in 10 minutes, and they couldn't do anything with a certain tempo for like 8 minutes. Yeah, Raisy looks extremely good.
As you said, you were saying yesterday about how Raisy has to keep going through the lower bracket like for long ass days. Like, he doesn't have to do that. Be interesting to see if he wins it all.
Yeah, I also said today that I don't see 3-0 happening.
Yeah,
I would like create separated bet if I was like betting side. I would lose a lot of money maybe because it looks like it's really going Raisy way.
So all the matches now are best of 5, right?
Yeah.
Is the final best of 7 or best of 5?
7.
7. With map advantage, I presume.
Yeah.
Yes, as you said, he's picking up these items, but every single time Raisy is there to punish him. There's another rail. He's just going to hang on out, wait to reload, try.
So yeah, like whenever we're talking about the time or something and we're laughing that there's no time, it's like it's hard to say it's not no time here, right? But it's more like Raisy needs to try to lose a little bit. He needs to like start donating like stronger a bit.
What I like what Raisy is doing is that a lot of players in this moment right now, they would start playing very defensively whereas Raisy seems to be just present and still trying to do damage while just running away all the time, which is another way to secure the win. And he's proactively searching for Wenger as well.
Raisy is just patrolling the high ground, trying to scout out his opponent. He's stolen away the Mega as well and just melted him down below.
So much damage.
I think people also underestimate Raisy aim.
Now he's just got to retreat.
It's extremely like
And miserable death as a peak.
These Pika
It's
seem to
very
be like
steady.
doing very well.
he doesn't really have peaks of high aim and low aim and stuff.
Yeah. He's good with all the weapons.
He's got 3 kills with his ult, hasn't he, Pika?
Yeah.
Slow motion. You can see it coming towards you. Venga just can't do anything about it as Raisy is running a riot on this one.
2 minutes, 5
Is there
frags.
time?
No.
Is there time?
I don't think so.
No?
either.
What Wenger needs to do is to try to make a comeback and
He used to do
try
the
to like
impossible.
feel the game, like feel his
Yeah,
sensitivity. and stuff.
give this 30 seconds, you might be saying something different.
Probably.
I call it.
You saw
GG.
Wenger's come back yesterday, 2-5 down with like 30 seconds left or something.
Yeah, but Strong was trying. Strong Sage was trying harder.
The timings
No.
he's got those 2 frags, he's doing it.
No.
No, he's not.
Raisy
No way.
doesn't have this motivation
No way.
as Strong Sage had to donate.
You need to believe more, guys.
He needs to smile more.
Yeah.
Okay, that's GG. That's GG. Nice try. Nice try.
Okay, I'm unsubscribing to this channel. No, we always need to play to the end, just to, for example, feel your game better.
Yeah.
At least.
No, you've always got to believe.
Yeah.
Not play to the end, you've got to believe.
Hello.
Oh,
Even now, you've got to believe. You've got to believe still.
I love how he just looked at it up and was like,
Look at these
well,
rockets, guys. Oh,
Nice.
Finish Raisy off there.
Half a minute left on the clock. This is close to impossible. Wenger.
Close to
Close to
impossible.
impossible.
But not impossible.
Yeah.
You said close to impossible.
Well, normally I would
8-11?
expect him to say that there's
If he
still
gets a kill- if
time.
he gets a kill there, there's time.
No.
Normally he would say that there is still time, so saying close to impossible means it's like absolutely
Guys, I feel like I've
impossible.
got more experience in this game than you. There was time. Okay, I believe there's no
I think
time.
this
left.
FFA meanwhile paid off and there was something more.
I mean, it's scary how yesterday we saw Maxter play Q, and straight away you said, I think I believe Maxter.
And there was a comment about that actually in the when Max's game's on, I'll read that out
Yeah.
as what your thoughts are on it. Someone else thought it was a good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see what they say.
Well,
what they're
obviously
saying.
it
Your
was
thoughts on it, yeah.
good pick because he lost, but he made it close.
And he
made
won
it
the
work.
time before as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he made it work. Yeah.
it was in the Tox match. They mentioned it. Yeah,
Yeah.
the reasons why.
I
But
think
yeah.
he mentioned something along the lines of using kill to prevent Tox from getting LG.
I'll read it in the Max to match. Yes, it's relevant. Yeah, and then, yeah.
The thing is, you don't really need to prevent Tox from using LG because I think he doesn't use it enough. With his kind of LG, he should use it more. Like I remember when he was like playing 2v2 with Hron, and Hron was like he was repeating to him like multiple times. He's at like Tox. I beg you, dude, do one thing. Just go grab LG and go kill. Like this is only what you need to do. Don't think about tribals, camping, rockets. Just grab LG and go kill. And we're gonna win that with everyone.
Okay, so
and
what-
Tox was like, no, I need to be more strategical. I need to do this.
So what do
and
you think about like Quake players and coaches? Do you think Quake players should have coaches? Have any Quake players in the past have coaches really? Like,
It's not really a common thing. I think what Wenger is really doing good. I think he's speaking with a lot of top players and asking for advices.
yeah.
And he's not ashamed of that. Like, you know, he had a much better season than I did, and he already won QuakeCon. Like, and he constantly comes with some question and asking,
Yeah.
like, and we have conversation.
Okay, but then you have
and we
like
both learn on
you have,
that.
you have tennis players all have coaches. So why
Yeah.
why would a Quake player not?
Right.
Have a coach?
I think the biggest problem with Quake and coaches is genuinely down to the numbers of people playing the game.
And
Yeah.
there wouldn't be as many good coaches because
Exactly.
one of the pros would have to stop playing to
Exactly.
be a good coach.
Or even
And then not
semi-pro.
everyone can be a good coach. Like even if you're an ex-pro player, same like with football coaches,
Yeah.
you're not necessarily gonna be the right coach.
I think the only people that I can genuinely think,
I think Rafa could be great as a coach.
but not even that, it's people that don't play the game anymore, that could be really great coaches would be ZSX, could be a good coach. Ince could be a good coach. Too good could be a very good coach.
Because
Wins.
you also need to have someone who has like whole package. So for some of them who you mentioned could be good mental coach, and they could like set them mentally how to play Jewel, which is already halfway, halfway of half of the work done. And then you need to have someone who can actually coach you like in game moments as well. That's the problem.
I think
You got mental and skills.
So I think the only player that would be able to do it is Rafa, but he would have to retire.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's any other player who would be able to.
Another thing is like what the only issue I see with Rafa is like, for example, if I would put myself in the shoes of coach, I would try to adjust the game style to the better sides. Anybody has some like skills and have some good assets. I think you need to try to make your skills like improve and make them stronger instead of switching your style. I think Rafa would push like certain style on the players and maybe it not works on them. That's why if I would get strong stage, even though I don't agree with his play style, I would try to push him in this direction because I think he can actually be like very similar to Rafa. I wouldn't try to stop him. Like Cypher, for example, he will tell him like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like you cannot play like this. It's like completely done. I would try to actually like push him in this direction.
Could Cypher be a good coach? Could Cypher be a good coach right now if he's not playing?
I think extremely, if he would understand the needs of the players. Because like whenever I spoke with him in my life, like about mechanical skills, he can talk about hours and like you know, it's like he could be good.
Well, I would have to say that I don't think Rafa would be forcing a certain playstyle onto players. Because I remember him giving me tips, and the tips were never anything that he does. Used to go in my favor.
But it was very general tips.
Yeah, it was more general than specific ones.
He's got a strong start in all three
That's
maps.
such bad start for Vang. Jesus.
Oh.
Okay, at least that.
That was nice movement.
That's what we need to see. Like he could have grappled G and played safe again, but instead he just rushed Mega. Yeah, this is what I want to see. He just changing tempo. Now he's like tired with all this happened, I think, and he just plays a bit like, you know, faster.
So how do you see these matchups then? Are they, any favourites for this one?
Yeah, well, I really like Galena pick here. Like even though Raisy is extremely good Starlight player, like if Vank catches him, it's like against any other tank. Like you need to like do some opener damage and then try to finish it off. Galena cannot chase him. Honestly, if Raisy wanted, he could actually maybe run it in the end of the game.
I feel like that's from again my new perspective. I feel like this map, I've heard that a lot where people just run around, like and you can't catch them.
I think it's what
it seems one of the bigger maps, I guess maybe.
One of the things that I would be one of the things that I would pretty much worry about in this matchup is Raisy getting the lead, 2-3 frags lead, because then I can see him run away and not giving up any frags.
Well, I guess it's good that it's gone 1-1.
Yeah, that's nice.
Wow, a lot of damage.
That's what Vent needs to try to do is like to catch Sorak on rotations, do a lot of like opening LG damage or trying to like rail after items. This is essential basically to win.
I like that he wasn't picking up the Mega. Just trying to get Raisy to do just damage and exchange the damage back. Oh, this is not looking good. LG spawn maybe? Yeah.
Oh.
And this is extremely problematic.
Yeah. I think this is where we're going to start.
My
seeing
betting
Raisy.
side
Pre-match. Okay, Wenger's the favourite, and it's definitely not going to be 3 maps.
Great predictions. Like my betting side will be already.
I mean, it might not be. The comeback this time.
That was a ballsy push by Wenger, then.
Yeah, he needs to do more of this. I think he's like too collected a bit.
This is not looking too good, though.
So they can get the overstack going, but Raisy or vengeurR has really just been dropping them down in the middle of these engagements just to have something to fall back on, just something to negate that asset spit when it does come out.
He knows that Raisy's going to push this, so this is a dangerous one. Raisy's going to
Also shows that tank are not necessarily nerfed on one.
perfectly, and Wenger there a little bit careless.
Seems like tanks worked. quite well this tournament.
That was your main question in the interviews
Which
before,
is
wasn't
good.
it? In the interviews before, I think you asked everyone,
Yeah.
tank, good or bad, online.
Because it was really bad last one.
Yeah.
A lot of it also depends on the playstyle. There are certain playstyles that might not play that well on Lando.
Yeah, well, Strong Sage also used tanks last year, and it didn't really work. Nobody else picked it, like Raisy didn't pick it at all.
Did he not?
Huh?
Did he not?
Well, of course they did in Grand Final, like 7th map, but...
Oh yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot easier to combat. She's got a big hitbox.
Starting the running away.
Yeah, he can easily run away.
A lot better in this map so far.
Galena is so slow.
The trade-off of him just lacking.
It's again up to Raisy to not make mistakes. Like,
Exactly. All Raisy has to do right now is just listen.
Yeah.
Don't move, listen, and then move the other direction.
Indeed, damage.
Because now vengeurR has to chase, so he will be
Which
making
kind
a
of,
lot
this
of damage.
sucks though, doesn't it? Like, yeah.
But also, a lot of people don't realize, and I see that a lot of in Twitch chat, with how many people dislike that kind of playstyle.
still hard to push.
I kind of dislike it, but at the same time, what wins the game wins the game. That's the point, isn't it?
Right, but more importantly, it takes a lot of skill
Oh yeah.
to be able to do
Yeah.
that. People genuinely don't realize that you cannot make a single mistake.
Yeah, and now he has control back because vengeurR had to risk some things to open some situations up for himself.
Takes the last one away.
Even if Raisy wanted to push, he could have easily pushed now.
GG, no time.
Oh, he's got no health either.
Or there is time.
Oh, that was so close.
There is time to make more frags.
For Raisy.
Yeah.
Raisy hitting the clutch shots.
Oh.
At least this is like upper bracket, so I really hope vengeurR can like overthink like what went wrong
Yeah, true.
and make adjustment. This is what takes a lot of skill. So if you are a top player and you're on tournament and you basically got 1 hour to adjust something, like little adjustments in Quake, like changing everything basically.
Yeah.
You don't need months of practicing. You need like little adjustments and to change your game like completely.
It's not been close this match, has it?
This is
Yeah.
a phenomenal performance from Raisy.
Oh man, my side will be already dead.
Yeah, your side.
Yeah, my betting site will
Oh,
be
right.
dead. I just unplugged the server. Sorry guys, something went wrong. We lost all our data. Jesus.
That actually happened at DreamHack.
Yeah? With what?
I don't remember if you remember 2017, 18.
Yeah.
Where suddenly all the PCs, when all the lights went down, all the casting went down. It went pitch black. Out of a sudden, and then 2 minutes later came back on.
Yeah.
Because someone tripped over the cable in the backstage.
Probably Eno.
Yeah. GG.
Yeah.
Knowing that vengeurR was low enough to just drop down on that LG and take the fight head on, even from a worse position.
3 minutes to go in this upper bracket semi-final, and the former champion is looking lost for ideas.
Yes.
He goes aggressive again, he knows he has to, but Raisy is already out of that vicinity, out of that fight, dropping the assist bit.
Yeah, even I think this is GG no time. I had more faith in last match.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the foresight to
It was a small map last match as well. This map is just so big.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I think I prefer the smaller maps. I think they look good. They're
Same.
better.
Like I call this the new blood run. Just
This-
bigger.
I would say this one's probably, from like a new perspective, one of the easiest to like learn. Like it's really simple, the map. You can learn the layout very quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, from a viewing perspective, maybe if this was 2v2 it'd be better. But
Well, honestly, if there was different champion than Galena, the game would look a bit different.
yeah,
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I mean that's the other thing is if there's 2v2s or 3v3s come back, then you want bigger maps, I guess, as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, small maps are also fine for 2v2.
Yeah.
They're absolutely fine.
I
Like,
actually like small maps. in
Awoke and
2v2.
CK, they're absolutely
Just high
fine.
fragging maps.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. It's just enjoyable to play.
Yeah.
continue to press, but he still has to catch the Sorlag, which is another challenge in
In
itself.
fact, I actually do prefer smaller maps to 2v2s.
Cool.
Like DM6 is just so raw and you just got one player on the other side of the map just trying to rouse. Kind of want to fall asleep.
those rocket jumps.
Nice.
Okay.
Combat Israel.
Raisy escaping. Barely. Might still fall. Can he connect? Can he connect?
Rocket jump.
Try, but it's not to be. 1 minute to go with 5 frags on this map against Zorlang. Unfortunately, we will be seeing Wenger drop to the lower bracket. No matter how hard he tries at this point in time.
Yep. The most frustrating moment.
Oh, so frustrating. Like, you see his little tail going around the corner. Like.
Can't wait to read the chat after this turn.
They absolutely enjoying this.
Oh, what a nice crowd. Wow.
But that's the thing. He's running, but he's also doing defensive damage, isn't he? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, fair play.
Do you think a lot of people doing watch parties at homes, like with friends, or do you think people
Oh, yeah.
gather up like
Yeah.
to watch QuakeCon together, or they are watching alone on the PC?
Well, there's one in London, isn't there?
Yeah.
So I wonder how many people went to that. Yeah.
I know a lot of my friends from Poland are watching it together.
Yeah.
Even some guys from a Polish community decided to fly to QuakeCon.
Yeah.
And they're just hanging out with the players there.
All right, GG's first upper semis, Raisy 3-0 Wenger.
Yeah.
It's a
Surprising.
statement.
Very
Yeah.
surprising.
Yeah.
Especially
Cool.
with Michael's shape.
Well, thanks
Can't
for watching.
wait for Kilson and Rafa now.
Yeah, Rafa Kilson coming up next. Yeah, big match. Cheers for watching. Subscribe. Thanks.